Seriously, what is this? Also, Roxas in my lap. And people are going to be like, I don't believe you, John. I don't believe Roxas is in your lap at all. You pervs. You want to see my Roxas? You want me to flash my Roxas to everyone? Roxas, do you mind getting up for a second so Grandpa can show you? You want to see my pussy? Roxas, come here, Bubba. He's like, no, Grandpa, no. There he is. There's Roxas. Mwah. There's my sweet little boy of Twilight. Mwah. A sweet boy. You want to lay back down on Grandpa's lap again? Go on. Like, oh God, Grandpa, why do you do this? How can this happen to me? Made my mistakes. Got nowhere to run. Okay, anyway. So Casey Anthony. You guys remember the thing with Casey Anthony, the woman who totally didn't murder her child? Yeah, well, she's back. She's been kind of lurking around. People, she's like a Bigfoot at this point, a Loch Ness monster. People have sightings of her, but nothing really seemingly concrete. But here she is emerging, like a fucking bear in winter, crawling out of, wherever she was to advocate for something.
Today is Saturday, March 1st, 2025. This is my first of probably many recordings on a series that I'm starting. I am a legal advocate. I am a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011. And in this capacity, I feel that it's necessary, if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate, that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter. For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony. My daughter is Kaylee Anthony. My parents are George and Cindy Anthony. This is not about them. This is not in response to anything that they have said or done. That's not to say that I'm not going to respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done. The whole point of this is for me to begin to reintroduce myself. I'm doing this both personally for me, but in a professional capacity. Moving forward, the majority of what you will see will.
So first, you can see she's got the typical crazy eyes. How like her eyes are always like, you can't really see them because of my glasses, but the big eyes. They look soulless. They look dead. Because this person is a complete freaking psychopath. This woman kills her daughter, lies about it, and then gets away with it. She leads them on this wild goose chase of places she worked, and they're like, this bitch never fucking worked here. And despite all the mounting evidence that this woman killed her daughter, she still gets away with it. She's like a female OJ.
Will be me speaking in a professional capacity. My goal is to continue to help give a voice to people, to give people.
Give a voice. You want to know who wishes they had a voice right now? I'm sure your fucking daughter. I'm sure your daughter wishes. I'm sure everyone around you wishes that your daughter had a voice, but she can't. She doesn't have one because you fucking killed her.
Tools and resources that they can utilize so they actually know where they can turn to. So with that, please join me on Substack. If you have questions, I will set up an email address where we can correspond directly. Up until this point, that has never happened, and it's only going to be on a limited basis regarding legal issues, legal matters. One of the main reasons that I'm doing this, there are people close to me who have been targeted and attacked recently. There are also people close to me who have had some recent things occur, and when necessary, people needed to step up, myself included. So as a proponent for the LGBTQ community, for our legal community, women's rights,
you want to know who's never going to have women's rights? Your daughter, because you fucking killed her. She wants to advocate for everything else, but this is a woman who went online looking up things about chloroform, leading the police on a wild goose chase, you know, this mysterious babysitter that didn't even freaking exist. And she got away with it. She fucking got away with it.
Feel that it's important that I use this platform that was thrust upon me and now look at as a blessing as opposed to the curse that it has been since 2008. With that, these aren't going to be perfect. They're not going to be edited. Most of the time, they're not going to be short. But I am proverbially standing in the light, embracing this piece, still going to keep my privacy intact. So you will get very comfortable with my car. And I will explain in great detail why it's so important for people to protect their privacy. It's not just important to public figures.
You want to know who didn't have their privacy protected, Casey? Your fucking daughter, because you killed her. No freaking sympathy for her at all. I'm not saying sympathy for Kaylee. I'm saying I have no sympathy for her. No sympathy at all.
It's even more important to private individuals. And with the current climate in our country, especially, it's that much more important, which is why I am utilizing the Substack platform. Yes, I am advertising this and publishing this on TikTok, possibly also through other meta platforms, but my intention is to separate from that and showcase even more why Substack is such an important resource for people to utilize moving forward. Anyway, I appreciate your time, and we'll see how this goes.
We got a little message for you, Casey. We got a little message. And if you didn't hear it the first time, no one likes you, you nasty piece of shit. A woman who killed her daughter, who didn't even lie about it well. Again, wild goose chase through her, you know, bring her to jobs that she didn't actually have, lying about the nanny, looking up about, you know, chloroform. And what do you know? How do you think little Kaylee died? And yet this bitch was found innocent. Again, she is the female O.J. Simpson. Do not freaking listen to this. Is the last woman who you want to go to for advice. If you have advice, she'll probably say freaking kill whoever it is. Or, legal advice about a child. And kill it. My parents don't accept me for being LGBT. Kill them. Use chloroform. This is the last person you want to go to. Last freaking person you want to. Who this is lets this lady think that the public would welcome her back. Of course, Casey Anthony sees herself as a guardian of the LGBTQ crowd. I bet her child would have loved the same protection from her mother. Casey Anthony could be the left's new post. Casey Anthony rebranding as a voice of protection has to be the sickest joke of the decade. Has she at least repented? Is a MAGA cultist. Yes, a MAGA cultist who advocates for LGBTQ plus causes. Yeah, I don't think so, buddy. I couldn't make it through 30 seconds. He and Jeffrey Dahmer say treat animals with kindness. Sunlight is a good disinfectant. Yeah. So you can say, oh, you're giving her exposure. I mean, just because you expose someone, you know, or bring people's attention doesn't mean that they're going to be more popular, like in a positive way. So Casey Anthony fits right in with their crowd. She hates children. sick. The lady killed her kid, and now she wants to represent others. Casey Anthony is coming out as LGBTQ plus. Should be eye-opening up to what side side is what. Kaylee would have been 19. Wow, yeah. Yeah, she was... Yeah. Shame she didn't even get a chance to choose who she wanted to be. Casey Anthony's nerve to play LGBT savior is wild. Too bad her daughter didn't get to say that protection first. Yeah, pretty much. All right, Roxas, you're making Grandpa's leg go numb. My sweet boy. My sweet boy. Mwah. I love you. Look at that face. Look at the face. Hey, Roxas. Boop, boop. He's like, hey, you're embarrassing me, Grandpa. Oh, well, that's what grandpas are supposed to do. They're supposed to embarrass the grandbabies. Mwah. Mwah. Are you gonna lay down and be nice? Or are you gonna... What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? Game over, man. Game over. Oh, he's laying down. Yeah. So honestly, it doesn't matter if it's exposure. Just because you expose them, it's like when you talk about like Johnny Somali or something. It doesn't make them more popular. It doesn't make them more popular. It just brings light to the crap that they're doing, so people know to avoid it. Saying like, "Oh, hey, this woman is out here trying to do this." You know, so it's kind of like drawing attention from her. So the videos talking about her are going to draw the attention, bring it up, and then it's like, well, now we know to avoid her. Again, this woman killed her child, lied constantly to the police, and still got away with it. Why would you go to her for any kind of legal advice? Why? But Casey Anthony... Hopefully she doesn't deal with anyone's kids. If you are a parent and you're looking for legal advice about your kids, do not go to her. Do not go to her. If you are a member of the LGBTQ plus community, do not go to advice for her. You know, go to advice for advice to her. You know, do not get it from her. Just don't. Just don't. If you're a member of any community, if you're any sane, rational human being, do not go to her for advice or for legal counsel or whatever she's offering. Don't. Don't. Anyway. You know who would have loved representation? Her daughter, Kaylee. But she can't get any because she's dead. Because this freaking bitch killed her. And got away with it. Anyway, that's going to do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.